How much of that morning routine was talking to all of his clients? 200 clients, paying $10,000 a person. How does he have the time to rub a freaking banana on his face and dip his face in togi water when he's got 200 clients he has to coach?
That boy face, his face don't match his voice. Hey yo, pause. But he's spitting though. I'm not gonna lie.
Coach Greg, in today's video, I got a doozy. The latest scammer, apparently, it's Ashton Hall, and we're not talking about his morning routine, we're talking about his coaching. The fact that so many people are now calling him out. Nick Trilogy has posted about this, showing what people have been saying, and Ashton Hall, well, he didn't like that. He got his lawyers to send him a cease and desist. Hey, take those videos down. I don't like it. Why would he like it? When people come out and tell the truth, they start saying what you've been doing. Oh, I paid you this much money, this many thousands of dollars, and you're ripping me off. And so in response to Nick Trilogy, Johnny Bravo has just laid out another video exposing Ashton Hall. And so if it wasn't bad enough that we all assume that Ashton Hall is a fake natty. But remember, this is the guy that says, hey, 10, we got to do 20. 20, we got to do 40. Nothing is ever good enough. And so there lies the problem.
This man is not no natty. This man is not natty, gang. He's not natty. Sheesh. But what he's saying makes sense. You have to really think to yourself, like, how you got 200 clients that you're supposed to be coaching and you over here on the internet every day doing a full day routine? Like, where in that routine are you talking to your clients, gang?
For many people, money will never be enough. It's never good enough. I don't care if you're making thousands, millions, billions of dollars. It's often never enough. As was stated in the current book that I've been reading, I read on the flight, The Psychology of Money. The hardest financial skill is getting the goalposts to stop moving. And so the dumbest thing when it comes to money, of which many people do, including Togi, is to risk what you need and have in order to get what you don't need and don't have. And so Ashton Hall, who went more viral than anyone I've ever seen in my entire life, he was already set for life, but no, it wasn't enough. And so what I do believe is the problem of most social media influencers is they're comparing themselves to other people. Ashton Hall, certainly making 6 figures a month. Well, that's not enough. What about Coach Greg? He's probably making more. I need to up it. And so there are some things that are simply not worth risking, no matter what the return.
How is he making 6 figures a month? Like from the get-go? Was it all from training? Because I don't think he's making 6 figures a month off Instagram and TikTok, gang. But hey, what the hell do I know? Even
no matter how much money you can make, and I believe one of those things is your reputation. And so when you're selling coaching programs, it's not worth trying to trick people in order to make more money. Don't you think that I, Coach Greg, could make way more money if I simply hired bro from Bangladesh, guy from Indonesia, to coach all of you? Hey, $200 a month. Coach Greg, I'm going to coach you. And so I pretend I have a bunch of coaches. 5, 10, 20, 100. Cheaper prices than last time. And so perhaps I have 1,000 clients. Perhaps it's 10. 10,000. Or no, make it 20. Paying $200 a month. Have 100 coaches. Hey, Coach Greg is going to coach you. He'll have unlimited text messages. He'll update you anytime that you want. Only thing, it's not me. And so in my opinion, that is a scam. It's being dishonest. And so when I coach my clients, by me and my team, you know that I am part of the process. And so when you're on a FaceTime call with myself, it's actually me. It's not AI. It's not make-believe. And there are no promises made that we do not keep. But Ashton Hall, on the other hand, well...
What is gang wearing? What fit is this? What is this, Brodagy? Brodagy? But, hey, man, I feel like with coaching and stuff like that, like, to a certain extent, you got to understand that it's probably not those people, though. Like, if we're gonna keep it a stack with ourselves, just be honest with ourselves. We know it's not gonna be those people. Like, for the most part, you know. But I guess some people don't know. They think they're getting something special. They think Ashton Hall is gonna teach them how to get jacked when we know bro is being pumped with all types of steroids. You feel me? You don't get that body type normally. That boy biceps was way too big, gang. Pause, no diddy. Hold up.
Wait till you see it. And so I asked Chris Weaver, who was hoping I would do a video about this, could I have permission to use exactly what you sent me? He says yes. The only thing I ask is that you share the experience of him calling me, admitting he didn't fulfill the services and saying he would give me a full refund. And so he reached out to me hoping I would do a video. He wants to get his money back. And he says, even though he said it would be 10 to 14 days until I get my money back, and it's been 14 and I still haven't received it yet.
Dang, gang. I mean, if he said it's gonna take 10 to 14 days and you doing this on the 14th day, you was already plotting on bro's downfall. Like, I get you, I feel you, but you was already plotting on bro's downfall. You feel me? Like, you ain't even let it hit 15 days. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes the banks, you know, I don't know.
And so my experience, this is what people do. They put it off. Yeah, oh yeah, bro, I'll get your money back. They keep pushing and pushing and pushing, and you never get it back. And so I'm certain he's hoping that by having his name called out in public, they'll get his money back. I got a group chat of 5 people all pissed about how much we got oversold and underdelivered. I paid $4K to work one-on-one with him and only had 1 call. I know several people who paid $10K and are so mad about the service. When I signed up, I was told that it was $10,000, and for that price, I would receive one-on-one time with Ashton Hall, would have setters who would cold DM and set appointments for me, and would be given a team of closers who'd handle my calls and sales for me. This is not one.
Wait. Oh, this is about the training of people to become, fitness trainers. Ah, okay. It's starting to make a little more sense now. I would have setters who would cold DM and set appointments for me. I mean, for 10K, yeah, you should. I would be given a team of closers who would handle my calls and sales for me. Yeah, that too. You know, for 10K, I mean, I feel like it should be for a certain amount of time. Like, it shouldn't be, like, forever. You feel me? But for a certain amount of time, you have people doing that. You're able to build a tight-knit, like a tight-knit, plan or group also, while you have those other people that are kind of taking those spaces until you can replace them. But 10K? Nigga, I ain't giving nobody 10K to do nothing. I don't care what is going on. I'm not giving nobody 10K to do nothing, especially something that's in the air. If somebody said, hey, I'll give you 10K, it's 100% and I'm gonna give you back 20, I still wouldn't do that shit, gang. That boy doing wire fraud or some shit. Yeah. But yeah, this is fucked.
One-on-one coaching, literally hiring Ashton Hall to DM people, say, hey, do you want to get coached by this man? He's...
Oh, see, Ashton Hall isn't going to be DMing them niggas. Let's be for real. Let's keep it a stacky. But yeah,
very, very good. And closers who get on the phone, they call you for an hour and say, hey,
bro, this is what bro can do.
He's a great coach. He knows this. He knows that. Do you want to hire him? And so he's hiring a team to make him get clients. That's what Ashton Hall was offering. And so imagine if I paid Ashton Hall, say, hey, it's Coach Greg. I want you to DM hundreds of people in my DMs and say, hey,
I work for Coach Greg. He's a great coach. Think of it, Coach Greg. Do you want to hire him for his services?
Yes, of course I do. Well, it's only $10,000 a year and $6,000 for 6 months, as well as $4,000 for 3 months. Or you could go with the one-time plan. It's just under $1,000. These are actual prices, and I do, in fact, offer this. Myself and my team, we go over blood work. We respond to you. You get your questions, answers, FaceTime with Coach Greg.
Oh, he's selling his course. I was like, damn, you getting real deep into this, bro. Blood work and everything. I know bro didn't say 10K, though. I know bro didn't say 10K. You selling your 10K as well? You doing 10K ski also, bro? Yo, don't hire nobody for no 10K. Blood work, you can get blood work yourself. You can watch a YouTube video that tell you where to go to get your blood work done, gang. You getting robbed. Chat GPT. Ask Chat GPT what you should do. Give him a picture of your blood work and say what's gonna be the best for me for nutrition. And let Chat GPT do that shit, bro. Come on.
And we're not lying. And so those who've hired me, they know that it's true. But what about with Ashton Hall? After 3 months, I could go off on my own, or I could continue working with them and the team they built for 70-30 split. And that means for every $100,000 in sales, he gets to keep 70, and Ashton Hall and his team, they make 30. Seems not bad, right?
Yeah.
Wrong. I only paid $4,000 because that's all I could afford at the time. Interesting. And so it cost $10,000, but because he could only afford 4, well, they sold a plan for 4. In the beginning, those group calls...
That's red flag, gang. If it's 10K and they're not taking 10K, red flag already. They're doing something janky, bro. They just try to get the sale off. That shit. That means that, it's not worth what they're charging originally.
were pretty cool because there was only 15 to 20 people, and we still got to talk to Ashton, and he was auditing other fitness coaches' content. After he went viral, everything went very much downhill. Next thing I know, there's 80 plus people in group calls, and we are auditing the most ridiculous content. 45-year-olds out of shape couples dunking their faces in bowls of water for reals because they think it will make them rich. It actually upset me watching Ashton and his team hype these people up and tell them what they were doing was good and somehow going to make them some money. Just because Ashton can get away with dipping his face in freaking Paratogi water doesn't mean you can do the same thing. And so listen to this. And so remember, he paid them money to get setters and closers to try to help him make some money. I never, in bold, got setters who cold DM for me, and the setters they gave me ghosted me after about a week. But what about that money that you paid? Are you going to get it back? Well, he hasn't got it back yet. Then because they had like 5 closers on what's now 200 plus mentees, pretty much every time slot is completely full. You'd be extremely lucky if a lead just happened to be available at only one of the 4 times available 3 days later. And so you got 200 plus of these guys paying $10,000 plus. It's over $2 million. And only 5 workers, 5 staff for 200 people. Setting and closing. Hey, do you want to hire this guy? He's 45 years old. Hey, he dunked his face in water. Doesn't matter if they're in shape. You want to hire them. It's not going to work, especially not if they ghost you after a week. I reached out for help continuously every day for 5 days, never got a single answer. I wish I could show you everything. There's way too much to show.
What it sounds like he was doing what he was supposed to do originally. You know, they had like 15 people that were paying $4,000, $10,000 for however long, whatever it is. Okay, cool. He's actually getting on the call with them, actually talking to them, actually trying to show them how to, or what to do, you know, actually being a mentor. And then boom, now he's 80 plus people and he doesn't have the infrastructure for 80 plus people. So it seems like he kind of just jumped into, you know, oh, whoever wants to join, but he couldn't keep up with it. And because of that, now has his angry customers. It sounds like he just wasn't prepared for that, to be honest. And, you know, hopefully he's smart enough to know, like, I need to hire another 30, 40 closers, 30, 40 setters, all this stuff. Then, you know, it would be in a way where things start making sense. But right now, it just sounds like bro just, you know, he opened up the floodgates and wasn't expecting this much water.
Oh, let me condense it even smaller. And so I'm screenshotting exactly what he paid for. One-on-one sessions with Ashton, cold DMs, ghosted, closers, not able to do so, support for the business, no response, and he tried to book a call with them, they wouldn't do it. He spent $4K for 1 decent month of group calls, and now a bunch of terrible shit and broken systems. But he says this, There's other people who are way worse off than me. Just got off a call with a kid who said he paid $10,000, hadn't gotten any of the services. Not even a one-on-one call, just group calls, which are now ran by what are really babysitters giving the most terrible general advice. And they looked him dead in the face and said, Ashton Hall doesn't let anyone in the program for less than 10K when I got in for 4. Obviously, that's not technically him saying that, but you get it. And that's just one person. I'm also in a group chat with 5 other people who all feel like they got lied to and scammed. He signed up for 3 months. $4,000 was 3 months. Remember, it was supposed to cost $10,000, but hey, let's let him in for 4. And so he writes, I think Ashton Hall is a great guy.
I saw. Okay, so it sounds like Ashton, was doing the right thing, popped off, and then started to bullshit everybody, which is messed up because they're on a time, system. Let's say 80 plus people pop in, and he tells them, hey, it's supposed to be 3 months, but we're really gonna give you guys 6 months because our systems aren't working as they should because we have an influx of people. At that point in time, people might be like, oh, I'm getting 6 months for 10K and I paid 10K for 3 months. I'm cool with it. And throughout this 3 months, they're still going to be attempting to help me and still try to do that. But, they're building the infrastructure for this amount of people. And with that, I feel like, he would be able to keep his customers happy. But it don't take a fucking scientist to think of that shit, bro. I just thought of that shit right now, gang. And you got all these angry customers and shit, bro. You need to start tell them what's going on. You know what I mean? Like, you tell them, you say, hey, I'm hiring more people. I'm going to give y'all all 3 months free because these next 3 months might not be, my best work. You know what I mean? And then boom, people might be like, dang, I'm getting pushed off a little bit. But at the same time, they don't feel like they're being robbed. And then you can literally be transparent with people and put them in a position to actually succeed. Because it seems like the business model that he has, it doesn't seem like totally a scam. You know what I mean? You have setters, you have closers that would do those things for you. While also he's teaching you, the basics of how to get new clients and stuff. It seems like a pretty okay deal. I would never do that shit because that shit's stupid. But it seems like a pretty good idea if, you were fully and 100%, sold on becoming a fitness coach ultimately. So, hey, man, I just feel like they need to talk to their clients and tell them what's going on. Be transparent with them. Give them something. You know what I mean? Because it's fucked up if it's going to take you 3 months to build the infrastructure for having 100 plus people in there. But the people that were in there for those 3 months didn't get the infrastructure that you would later build. And then that's why people are pissed. If you told them, hey, shit happens and, a lot of people are coming in. I don't want to turn people away, but we're going to, or say you already are turning people away, but you're going to build the infrastructure and, keep people happy.
But here's what I think happened.
It's so dumb.
And I don't think he's actually trying to scam people. It's so easy to be such a great guy. Kind of like how Derek, More Plates, More Dates, is such a great guy, despite the fact that he's been selling fake Ajuga turkistanica, that cyanosis plant, I do believe, from China.
Nigga, what?
And saying, oh, we don't promise there's turkesterone, even though there's the turkesterone molecule on the bottle. When you click the URL, it says turkesterone. And when we tested the Ectiplex and the Turkplex, they were both exactly the same plant. Oh, but he's such a great guy. Why? Because he talks cool, uses slang, uses big words. Does Natty or Nuts, was on the Joe Rogan podcast. What? He's great, he's amazing. Such a swell guy. But Coach Greg, he's a bad person. This is what's wrong with society. I've already been vindicated.
I rock with bro. I feel like every time I see him, he's keeping this shit a stack. But that's what I feel like. That's what I feel like. You know what I'm saying? He might be telling niggas he natty too, and he probably not. You got too many veins on your head to be natty, gang. I don't believe it. I don't trust it. But for him, I feel like he seems trustworthy. He seems like he gonna give it to you straight and not try to screw you over. But that is the best way for people to screw you over, gang. Remember that. Remember, I want you to think about this in your head. Think about the fact that, and I'm not saying this about any specific person, but think about this just in life. They say that the more beautiful a person is, chances are the worse type of person they are. You know what I mean? And the reason for that is you don't have to build your social skills when you're in that position. But the same thing goes for people that are talking nice, people that you gravitate towards, all situations like that, but not necessarily, face-to-face people. It might be a little different, but I'm saying like over the internet, people that seem like, oh, they're so amazing, they're such a great person, they're such this. They say that the devil is a beautiful person, may seem kind, may seem this, you know what I'm saying? So it's still kind of like, you can't really trust nobody on the internet, gang. Not gonna lie.
It proven my case, actual Ajuga Turkistanica. And we in fact have a money back guarantee and a $20.
Dang, this boy crazy with the ads, boy.
And so if you expect to put on 12 pounds of muscle in a month, Backley's that telling you. And so John Bravo, he's going to expose Ashton Hall. And Derek, well, he's going to expose the Liver King. But no one cares to expose Derek. Despite the fact I've proven it with receipts, nobody wants to talk about it. Oh, Greg, you're a bad person. Why would you put Derek down? And
I'm here
so
for
Chris
Ashton,
Weaver
gang.
writes, I'm reaching out to you because you have an audience and I don't. I gave him a video testimonial, and that probably converted many people, so I feel partially responsible, even if I'm not, for people paying $10,000 to get a terrible service. I'm sure the group chat of people would be down to tell you about it. I have way more in detail stories of the team that I paid for not answering, causing problems, just the overall experience, and so do they. He's 21 years old and told me that he spent basically all of his savings to do this, and that he hasn't made a dime in months because nobody is helping him and he never got a one-on-one call. You spend $10,000 to talk to your hero, to learn from him, promising setters and closers. We'll get you some clients. You got 10,000, we'll make it 20. Where do you think that came from? These coaches, these clients are paying $10,000 in the hopes to make it 20. Is Ashton Hall really a good person? I mean, let's assume that he's a fake nanny. He's hiring people to make him millions of dollars. They're promising them things that they can't deliver. It's not Ashton Hall himself doing this. No, Ashton Hall is too busy dressing up in expensive clothing, putting on Rolex watches to go sprint at the gym and dipping his face in toga water. Bro only cares about how he looks. He just has to be so aesthetic. Reminds me of Wes Watson. The only difference is, bro doesn't have a purse. No. And so Ashton cares more about looking cool, living the life, bragging about how much money he has. Does he even have that much money? If he did have that much money, why is he resorting to scamming people in order to get more? If these allegations are true, which I do in fact believe that they are, how does he sleep at night? Is Ashton not religious? Does he not feel bad ever? What is he doing with his coaching? And I've been told through the grapevine, I'm not going to tell you my sources, that he's since stopped all of this, the $10,000 plans, because people are exposing him. And so what people do is they tell you what you want to hear, not what you need to hear. They're spending $10,000. I'm going to tell them, well, you're going to be rich. Remember, as an Ashton Hall, the guy that said, you know what, you should probably just quit university and just go for it. Because I did, and it worked for me. And what did I say in return? Don't quit your day job. Maybe 1 in 1,000 people is going to make it the way Ashton did. And to go viral like that, 1 in 1,000 out of 1 in 1,000, maybe 1 in a million. And so if you're just an average bro in your 40s without an impressive physique, can't just quit your job, hire Ashton to get you setters and closers. They don't even do their job. And you think you're going to turn 10 into 20? Why? Because Ashton can? Well, you're not Ashton. And so this pisses.
But that's how you have to understand that people fell for it, bro. You fell for it, gang. He got you. Because at the end of the day, you have to be smart enough to understand that ain't nobody, bro. If it was that easy to make it, everybody would make it, gang. You know what I'm saying? So, like, people be teaching courses but don't really be giving no value. And even if, like I said in this scenario, he's kind of just didn't have the infrastructure for it. Nigga, have some pride inside of what you're selling people. You feel me? Like, if you have pride inside of what you're selling people, then nobody would be upset because you're putting your best foot forward. You feel me? You're not on the phone with these fake calls that you're recording. You're actually on calls with people and trying to actually help them. Then, even if you just put your best foot forward, nobody should be mad. And if anybody's mad when you put your best foot forward, then there's nothing you could do, gang. But, like, shit. Nigga putting his face in too much water.
Wrote this on Nick Trilogy's wall.
Nigga need to focus on his clients.
Who cares? I used to love your content, but all you do is post negativity in the community. And so Goopus' entire channel is calling out people who are PDF files, ripping people off, lying. And you're upset if he calls out Ashton Hall, a guy who's making millions of dollars scamming people. Oh, don't report about it. Why? Because Ashton Hall's good looking with a great physique? Oh, if it was Coach Greg, imagine if it was Coach Greg. What do you think people would be doing? Every time I do anything, if I look...
People would think that people really on his ass like that. I feel like he be keeping it a stack, so maybe they do be on his ass. But he sound like, it's him against the world, bruh. It's probably not you against the world, gang. You making good money. I know it. I know you making good money. If Ashton Hall was a smart dude, he'll be making some, protein and all this extra instead of trying to coach, so that he don't gotta do nothing. You hire somebody to make some good protein. You hire somebody to make some good creatine, all this other stuff to make you ripped, and then you say you was taking it your whole life. You figured it out yourself. You cracked the code yourself because you have a PhD in fucking physiology or some shit. And now you made this your life mission, and now that's why you're swole. And then you sell them that, and then, at some point in time, they gonna call your ass out like you a damn lie. But at least, you don't gotta do something every day because it seems like you're fucking everybody over. And you wouldn't be actively fucking people over. You just giving them protein that they can buy anywhere, but they're deciding to buy from you. So, he need to lock in. I'm not gonna lie. Ashton Hall, lock the fuck in, gang. Lock the fuck in. You're too rich at this point. Maybe. Who knows? Maybe you don't got no money. But you're too rich at this point to be fucking people over inside of your literally tight-knit community. You feel me? Of 100 people that are paying you $10,000 a month, or $10,000 for 3 months, or whatever it may be. And then after that, you're just ignoring people and shit. Like, lock in.
Look sideways once for half second. It's on Reddit.
You hear what Coach Greg did? Oh my goodness.
And so y'all think it's okay. Derek, he can do whatever he wants. Ashton Hall, no problem. Let him scam people of tens of thousands of dollars. 21-year-old. Life savings. Who cares? But other people know. We can't let this guy say anything. They're trying to make a difference. They're trying to help people from losing their thousands and thousands of dollars. Really think about it, guys. His morning routine, he wakes up at 3:50. It takes him 4 hours to finish his morning routine. How much of that morning routine was talking to all of his clients? 200 clients, paying $10,000 a person. How does he have the time to rub a freaking banana on his face and dip his face in togi water when he's got 200 clients he has to coach? And so he bamboozles you.
You've been bamboozled.
And now if you only spent those 4 minutes talking to people, perhaps giving them refunds when they complain, well, people wouldn't be so unhappy.
It's only a matter of time until this idiot is behind bars. And yeah, I said it, locked up.
Imagine if that was your brother, your sister, your mom, or your dad that just paid $10,000. Oh, $10,000? Let's make it 20. Setters, closers? All you have to do is post a few reels on Instagram. People are going to be crawling at your door for you to coach them. It's a lie. They're telling you what you want to hear, not what you need to hear. Coach Greg's video on their land, oh, we don't like Coach Greg. He's so negative. What do I say? Don't quit your day job. Go to university, study, work hard. Well, but because I'm not positive, optimistic, telling you exactly what you want to hear, I'm the bad guy. Ashton is just going to try and trick you and try to say, oh, the future, it's so bright, you got to friggin' wear shades. He's got the proper tan, the six-pack. He's always dieting. Somehow he's 200 plus pounds of muscle, and he does fancy ass dance around workouts, burning 500 calories in 20 minutes. And you believe him. And so Ashton Hall, he dresses better than Coach Greg. He looks better than Coach Greg. He has a better tan. He's got more muscles, stronger, everything. But what he doesn't have is...
He said better tan. Ashton Hall is just black. He's just black. I wouldn't call that a tan. Maybe he's a tan black. Maybe he's black, but he's tanned. Like he's tanned more. You know, got add the extra little melanin to him. But anyway.
Is integrity. Integrity, it has to be earned. And so when I tell you that this is way better than creatine, I'm not lying. I'm not exaggerating.
Turk Builder. I might actually cop me one. I trust this nigga, bro. I trust this nigga, bro. I trust this nigga, bro. I feel like he keeping it a stag with me. I might have to buy me a pack of them Turk Builders. You feel me? I'm trying to get my muscle up. I'm trying to get my money up, not my funny up. You feel me?
And if you don't believe me, you get your money back and a $20 gift card. And if you still don't want to buy, do you think it matters? We have over 30,000 people lining up to get this. Once this actually drops, if you want to get it before everyone else, there's a VIP list. It's called SMS. You get a text message 3 hours before it goes live. You get those tips. And so if actually
I respect it. I respect the hustle, but sheesh.
Fast. And so when you go and buy other people's Turkestrone or a Juga Turkestanic and diet and training program, get to my website, you get it free. I mean, he's such a great guy. If only someday I could be as great as Ashton Hall. It's just so amazing how people can say he's so nice. I don't understand.
Yeah, anyway, this is a kind of crazy vid. I feel like it's kind of becoming a trend to like, or not necessarily a trend, but I did see a bunch of videos of people just bashing Ashton Hall. And, you know, it sounds like it's, you know, right at the end of the day. If you're charging people $10,000 and then not giving them the service that they paid for, it's fucked up, bro. And on top of that, afterwards, you're going to take a 70-30 split. And, like, you could not charge that, bro. You know what I mean? Like, a lot of that money is just going inside of bro's pocket. And he's just screwing people over at this point. It's just way too high. Maybe it was worth it before he got popular because, you know, it was more tight-knit. You know, people are paying that, you know, $10,000 to work with him. But he's actually giving them some type of value and actually face-to-face with people and trying to get them or position them in the right place. Now, bro is just trying to money grab, gang. As soon as you popped off, you should have just started doing nutritional shit. Bro, you should not be selling courses, bro. Especially if you're selling the course to tell people like, oh, I'm going to be helping you one-on-ones, this and that. And there's just too many people to do that. If you talk to 200 people, let's see how long it would take if you talk to 200 people for 5 minutes. So 200 times 5, that's 1,000. Let's divide that by 60 or 60 minutes. It would take 16 hours to talk to all of your clients for 5 minutes. Gang, you're not doing a one-on-one, bro. This is not a one-on-one. You're going to sit there for 16 hours, 16.66666667 to be exact. You going to sit there for that long to talk to each person for 5 minutos, my nigga? No, you're not. People are going to get robbed. And that's what people need to understand. There's not even enough time in the day to do all of that. Like, it's not happening. So, bro, I feel like he had good intentions, and then it just got too big, too fast, and he just let it happen. And now he doesn't have what he needs to finish it. But that's all his fucking fault. Nigga, lock in. All that money you getting, you know, you posting yourself every single day while you got niggas inside your shit that you're supposed to be proud of, that you're supposed to have some type of, you know, pride in, fucking crying in there. Like, bro, I just gave you 10 bands. Like, help me, bro. Help me, please. And you're on Instagram, you know, doing high knees and shit, bro. Like, come on, man. Anyway, if I ever drop a course, y'all know y'all gonna get the best out of Feek. I'm about to name my course Rock with the Boy University. Anyway, make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, all that other shit, and I love you guys. Peace.